Okay, so here's one of the videos I promised last time. This was one of the things I was working on before my game just started crashing so much that I had to undo all the mods. With this mods, I had Kerbal attachment, which now I realize is the problem. So I think if I avoid Kerbal attachment system, I'll be okay. But this had B9, Kerbal attachments. Those are the two main mods on this one to make this work. This is a vehicle inspired by Star Wars. It's my version of a hover bike. I think it looks pretty Star Wars-esque. It's a lot bigger than the Kerbal, but I used the smallest parts available to me. It's not like I had a lot of options. There's not a tiny air-breathing engine, which would be cool if there was. They need to add that, a micro turbojet. I would really like that. Okay, so I head over to the island. I'm doing a little rescue mission. There's two ways to get up that hill. Go really fast like I did and just kind of jump it, and then overshoot and come back. Or go really slowly so that you don't smash into it like a wall. Because when you're hovering, you have to account for the change in the terrain with how you control it. It doesn't work like in Star Wars where it just magically floats the certain distance from the ground. So I'm going to try and get this. I have like an this is my last design on this. I have like an anchor system I designed. I thought I could park it like without actually putting the wheels down. And if I could get this to work, I was thinking that it'd be cool to take the landing gear off it completely. But clearly there's some bugs with it, or not bugs. In this scenario, the Kerbal Attachments mod worked perfectly. I just wasn't able to get it to work right for what I was trying to do. Anyways, we ditched the parking thing, landed on our wheels, and now we're going to head back. One of the things I noticed is that I can go really fast over the water because the water is perfectly flat. So I don't have to consider terrain changes, which allows me to just fly really quickly. Although this version is slow because it has all those winches on it for the hooks. It's carrying 4 winches, which is a lot of extra weight. Okay, so that didn't go very well. I didn't think that incline was that steep, and I thought I could just kind of point up a little bit and that would be enough. But that did not work. I crashed. So the rescue mission now needs a rescue mission. We're going to go to the old hover bike that's still at the island, the one that doesn't have the grappling, so this one goes a lot faster. It's not restricted with all that extra weight. This was my original design, actually. I like this one the best, thinking back. I could rebuild it really easily. And I have the ships all saved in my backup file. So this one handles a lot better too because it's lighter weight, so they're just going to kind of tease these guys and land. Now you'd think I could use the ladders to take them back, but I learned in a previous attempt that the ladders don't really work like that. So let me just not use the ladders and then head back to base. I'll come out with I can drop these guys off and come back out. In fact, I'm not positive, but I believe this ship may have a probe core, so it may be able to fly without a pilot. Actually, it does because you can't have just those command seats, so yeah, it does. But yeah, I'm going to take this back and just park it. And I'll show in the next clip here why I don't use the ladders to carry the Kerbals. Even though I think it would work if you go really, really, really slow. What I think it is their little tiny baby grips on the ladders are so weak, that attachment point is so weak that even the slightest bit of drag just like pops them right off. So we're going to land this at the spaceplane hangar because it's where its home is. Alright, let's show why ladders are not a good idea, and a little outtake here of what caused the whole rescue mission to be complicated in the first place. You'd think it would just be a simple pick up one Kerbal, but no, I just kept crashing and crashing, and I was just destroying speeders left and right like it was my job. I'm barely moving. I'm hardly moving. I'm like hovering. And he just falls right off. I think because he's not in the ship, when you push up, he started like climbing up the ladder, it looked like to me. I don't know. Either way, his little grip couldn't hold on. Too much drag. But I am going to go back up there. I didn't figure that out at this point. I actually cut out the... No, I didn't. You'll see why this ends badly. I'm going back up to try and pick him up again, because at this point I'm not convinced the ladders are a bad idea. I still think it'll work. But then this happens. And I'm like, forget these stupid little hover bikes for now. As you saw, if you looked really closely in the very first clip, the hover bike jumping the runway here. This was parked on the runway for a long time. So I've decided just to bring it home. It's one of these stock B9 planes. I really, really like this plane, though, because it has a really good glide characteristic. It can basically point straight level. Oh, I buzzed the crash site there and the guys. That was fun. I could have taken off way earlier. This plane takes off like a dream, but I wanted to buzz them on purpose. I actually almost hit them. If my landing gear gets really close. I'm probably like 10 meters away, which doesn't sound that close, but in a plane, 10 meters is a lot. But anyways, like I was saying, this plane glides so well that I can point straight at the horizon and fly like really close to the water. I may have edited it out there, I can't tell in this small preview window, but I get down to about 5 meters above the water. Alright, I'm going to bank up so that I can turn, just because you can turn a lot easier when you got a little space between you and the ground. Just going to come in for a nice sweet landing. I needed a little break from the hover bikes. I've been crashing them on. This was a wonderful plane to fly. If you're ever looking for a good plane to fly, this is it's stock B9 plane. If you have the B9 mod, it's in the stock planes there file. I think I made a few tweaks to it just to improve its stability, but now if that landing looks gentle at 4 times speed, imagine how gentle it was at regular speed. If anything, that flight looked really choppy just because of the fact that you're watching at 4 times speed. Anyways, there's a little teaser video, or a little video of what I used to work on. This is all dead now. Bye.